Hello and welcome back to the Grad Ireland Summer Fair seminar series. You're very welcome back, and in the next of our series of seminars we have our first employer presentation of the day, and I'm delighted to welcome Charlotte Madden, who's a Senior Project Manager with Optum Technology. And Charlotte's here to talk to you about what Optum do, what her role is, and the various graduate opportunities within Optum Technology. Charlotte, thank you so much for joining us at the Grad Ireland Summer Fair.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. Really excited to be here.
Great stuff, great stuff. Charlotte, I believe you've put together a brief presentation in terms of what it is that Optum do and what the opportunities are. So would you like to share that with us, and we'll come back towards the end of the session with any questions that you might have. Just pop the questions in the Q&A box, which you'll see on your platform there, and myself and Charlotte will work through them with you in about 15 or 20 minutes. It's all yours, Charlotte.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. So what I'll do is I'll stop sharing my video and I'll start sharing my slides. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through the technology development program that we have here in Optum. So I'll talk a bit about the graduate program that we have and the summer internship that we have as well. So Rory, are you able to see my content now? I might have a little bit of a delay.
Yes, yes, we can see everything. Everything is good.
Oh, perfect. Brilliant. Thank you so much. So yeah, look, I'll start with the program history, and then I'll talk a little bit about the structure of the program and the different elements that we have in the technology development program. And then I'll wrap it up with some details about the application process, how you would go about applying for one of our positions, and just some important dates to note as well. So I'll start back at the very beginning. So 2017 is when we kicked off the technology development program here in Ireland. In Optum technology globally, though, it's actually, over 10, 11 years old. In total, we've had, over 3,000 people go through the program globally in its entirety. And really excited to say that the numbers here in Ireland in both our Dublin and Letterkenny offices just keep growing every single year. So one of the very first intern projects that we had back in 2017 was our interns created an intuitive end-to-end system that was able to record, analyze, and graph data for the progression of Parkinson's disease. So that was literally what we started with. And fast forward now to 2021, we've had, tons of graduates and interns placed in loads of different teams all across Optum Tech in Donegal and in Dublin. So a lot of folks will go into software engineering and development roles in, our project engineering teams, user experience analytics teams, our security teams. So yeah, there's a few examples of teams that we have positions available in. And just to kind of point out now that our summer 2021 interns started 3 days ago, and due to the COVID-19 pandemic, it's all virtual. We have our 2021 graduates starting in September, so we still have a few positions available for that, and we're going to start hiring for 2022 very shortly. So I'll go back to that at the end of my presentation as well and talk a bit more in detail about that. So just a few different elements of the program, the different tracks, and some things that we offer in TDP. So as I said, there's a summer internship and a graduate program, two separate positions. The summer internship is targeted at people who are in like their second or third year of their undergrad degree and going back to finish their final year in college after the summer internship with us, and that lasts typically for 12 weeks. And then the graduate program, so it's a permanent full-time role. You will start in September, and the first 12 months of your role in Optum, you will be in this associate, the TDP role. So as I mentioned, predominantly we hire software engineers and developers. As I said, we've had, a number of folks go into the cybersecurity teams, platform engineering, and we've taken on folks into machine learning, AI teams, some data science, analytic roles, and cybersecurity as well. So a big, huge mix. What it looks like for 2021 and probably 2022 will be predominantly software engineering and cybersecurity again. So just to kind of keep that in mind when you're looking at the positions. So all the different elements. We have a wide range of support, in place to help you in your first job out of college. So just some examples of things that we offer in the technology development program is you get a buddy. So this is someone who, might be an alumni of the program, or it's someone in your team, and it's someone who's kind of there to help you from day one, show you where everything is, make sure you get added to meeting invites, you get access to all the tools and things that you need, show you where the canteen, the loos are, all that kind of stuff, and just kind of answer any, casual questions that you might have. Then we have a more structured kind of support in the mentor program. So everyone that's in the technology development program gets assigned a mentor. And this is someone who's quite senior in the company. This could be someone who is like a director of technology, a senior software engineer, senior architect, someone who, has been in the company a number of years and has a wealth of, of experience and knowledge, and they're able to, meet you once a month and kind of provide you with some, career guidance. Again, answer any more kind of technical questions that you might have, or, give you kind of additional support from the technical side of things. We do a lot of things like speaker series and tech talks. So, again, if you want to kind of, you finish college, but you want to continue to upskill and develop and, learn more things. If there's a tool or a technology that you want to learn more about or upskill in, there's a lot of opportunities available. And, all of these tech talks and speaker series, they all, get added to your calendar. So you have, a great opportunity there to attend, and hear loads of these kind of senior subject matter experts in Optum, speak about a wide variety of things. So super, super interesting. Again, looking at like training and development, we do have a curriculum in place as well. So again, you'll come in the September and you'll have a 12-month training calendar. So it's only kind of like 3 to 4 hours a month. It doesn't impact to your kind of day-to-day role, but again, it's a wide mix. So you might have some curriculum modules in, the healthcare industry, because obviously we're a part of the healthcare industry. We're a healthcare insurance company. So you'll have to kind of, have a little bit of idea about the business and the industry that we're in. You'll also get, technical curriculum modules as well. So again, if you want to upscale in certain, languages, tools, technologies, things like that, there's a lot of opportunities there as well. And then we have kind of business side modules in your curriculum. So again, presentation skills, soft skills, communication skills, all those other really, really important things. So a huge mixture, in this curriculum for you. Again, another layer of support is we do office hours. So myself as the early careers program manager for Ireland, I will do monthly office hours with everyone in the TDP program. So it's, it's a really kind of casual, informal check-in, just once a month. Hi, how are you doing? Any questions for me? Anything I can help you with? Any blockers, any challenges? Do you need a hand with anything? So again, another layer of support there for you. And then social events and volunteer events. So, in the Optum Ireland offices, we do so much with volunteer events. I don't even know where to begin. We're doing so much around, volunteer and charity work, and it's amazing. But there is also an opportunity for you to do it as part of the technology development program. So if there's like a charity or a cause that, you're really passionate about, it's really close to your heart, you can also get involved and kind of start those initiatives yourself. One of our previous TD peers, an alumni now, he's with the company 4 years, and he started the I think it's like the Simon Sleep Out for the Homeless charity. So every year they would sleep out, and do that kind of overnight sleep out in front of the office. So, that's just one example of someone who had a cause really kind of, passionate that they and they wanted to bring that kind of and then obviously social events, so out and meet people. So we'll go out for dinner, we'll go for drinks, we'll go bowling, we'll go pool and things like that. So it's a great chance to kind of get to know all the other TD peers. So you might not be all on the same team, but you do have these regular social events, so you stay connected and you know that you're all part of this technology development program community, so to speak. So that's just a bit about the different elements that we have in the program. And this is what the 12-month journey looks like. So month 1 is September. So obviously you take your time to meet everyone, you do your induction, orientation, any required training. And then as the months go on, we do regular check-ins, as I said, we do the social events. You also have a chance to get involved in recruitment events like this. So we actually have a number of alumni that are attending our stand here at Grad Ireland today. And, this is a great opportunity for you to be a part of Optum. You're able to kind of go back to people that are about to graduate. you know, in the same shoes as you and tell them, you know, how great it is to work in Optum, how great the technology development program is. You also get a chance to be involved in our assessment and recruitment process too. So if, you know, down the line you want to become like a people manager, you want to develop interview skills, you can also, you know, take part by starting off at the basics and start reviewing CVs that come in doing interviews with candidates, you know, for the following year. So a really great opportunity that not a lot of people would have at that early stage in their career. Then, you know, you're hitting the kind of halfway mark, you're halfway through your curriculum. As I said, you're doing tech talk speaker series. Again, you know, another thing that you might not get in other companies or at that early stage in your career is a chance to mentor and support people like summer interns. So if you're a TDP or if you're alumni, and again, as I said, if you want to, you know, mentor and manage people in the future, that's something that, you know, as part of your own personal development goals, you can start off by just becoming a mentor and supporting our summer interns. Then as you start to wrap up the year, you're looking at months 11 and 12. So we'll start to reflect on the past year. You'll do a lot of feedback sessions and retros with me. So you'll, you know, kind of help me kind of make any improvements and positive changes to the program and let me know, you know, what worked really, really well in TDP, you know, what could have been better, what suggestions and feedback you have for me as well. It's obviously it's you know, it's all important to keep kind of evolving the program as the years go on. And then month 12 is time to graduate. So you'll start to wrap up any last bits of that TDP training curriculum that you do. And then we have a really fun, probably cheesy, but really fun graduation ceremony. You know, obviously we've done a virtual now because of COVID this year. But we all get together. We, you know, we'll do a Teams call or we'll go off site and we'll just, you know, share some slides and photos and videos of, you know, again, another reflection of how you get on in TDP. We'll have your managers come along. We do graduation gifts and certificates, and then, you know, we'll all go out for, you know, dinner and drinks and stuff like that. So really, really nice way to end the year. And just to kind of point out then, after this 12-month journey, after your time in the TDP program, typically people will stay within the same team. Whether their role changes, whether the work they do changes, whether their project changes, that's all kind of on a very individual case by case basis. So if I'm a software engineer in this cybersecurity team, for example, and I'm about to graduate, you know, I might end up staying in that cyber team, you know, as a software engineer. If my project changes, if my work changes, you know, again, as I said, it's all kind of very individual. But you have, you know, a lot of calls with, you know, your manager. You meet them, you meet me, you know, our HR folks. So you're, you know, set up and you know what the 12-month journey looks like after the TDP program as well. So you're fully kind of equipped and ready to go on for the next year, you know, in the stage of your career in Optum. So I'll just finish here with application process and dates. So if you want to apply for the final few positions that we have now for September for the TDP program, just go onto our United Health Group careers page. You can search for technology development program, or, you know, you can filter by the sites, by Dublin or Letterkenny, or, you know, by the industry. You'll find the positions there. So you can apply through there. Obviously you're all here, you know, chatting to us today at this event, and we go to a number of career fairs. So, you know, chat to us and hear about, you know, what the program looks like, what it's like working at Optum. There's a lot of us on the stand here today, so don't be afraid to come and say hello and book in some time with us. The applications for 2021 are going to close pretty soon. So if you're interested in applying for a position in September, I would definitely say get the applications in no later than the end of this week, I would say. If you're looking at 2021 though, so we'll start to open those positions up in the fall time. So you'll apply then. The applications will close in December, and then next January, between January and March next year, we will review your CV. You might have a 5-10 minute screening call with a member of our recruitment team. They will send you on what's called a hire review, and this is a video interview. This involves submitting like a recorded video of yourself, and you'll be answering some questions that we send you. So you'll do that, you'll send it back to us. We will send you on a codility assessment, which is a coding test. And then, you know, after that, you will have your interview, and this will take place at our offices. Again, obviously because of COVID, we're doing them virtual at the moment. So that'll happen around March, April time. And the interviews are kind of a mix of technical and behavioral questions. So we might ask you questions about your coding test. We might ask you, why did you, use this language? Or if you're going to go back and do it again, what would you do differently? Or can you talk me through this process? Talk me through all the steps you did to get to this answer. And we might ask you about your other experience. So, on your CV, you mentioned you're proficient in Java. Can you just talk about the projects that you've done in that language, or, something like that? And then we'll ask you some behavioral questions too. So, give us an example of a time where you worked in a team, or tell us about your final year project or something like that. So we'll do that, and then if you're successful, we'll issue the offers to you then around March, April time, and then you'll complete your standard background checks. And then between April and September, this is my busiest time of the year, so I'm really, really busy helping your managers and your teams get ready for your start in September. So you'll hear from me a lot throughout the summer between April and September time. I'll keep in touch with you, make sure you have we have your correct address for any swag we're going to send you. Your manager and your team will reach out and introduce themselves to you as well prior to your start date. A few weeks before you join, I'll send you a big welcome pack, and you'll get a list of what your orientation schedule looks like, all the information that you will need on day one. So that is all that I have today. So I'll pause there, and I don't know, Rory, if you got any questions in or anything else.
Thanks very much, Charlotte. No, yes, we do. We do have plenty of questions in here to work through. And yeah, listen, it's great to have you here a few days before the deadline, I suppose, which is great. So if people are suitable for this position, they can start working on their application today, and of course, pop over to the Optum stand here at the Grad Ireland Summer Fair as well, and make sure to book in a slot and have a chat with Charlotte and other members of our team. I have a few very specific questions here, Charlotte. That's okay with you? I'll work through them with you. Any opportunities there for cloud engineers?
Cloud engineers, yeah, definitely. We have hired some folks in the cloud engineering team in the past through TDP. We're still trying to identify all of the different teams that are going to be taking positions in 2022. Sure. So definitely, as soon as those applications open up for the 2022 positions, you definitely have a look, and all of the different teams that we're hiring for will be listed on that.
And someone else here asking, is there any opportunities for user experience designers? Is there Anton there for that discipline?
So for the final few positions for 2021, no, but that's not to say that they won't be available for 2022. So yeah, again, as I would say, if there's anything specific like user experience or cybersecurity or cloud engineering, things like that, definitely take a look at the 2022 positions as soon as they show up online in September. And again, as I said, you'll be able to see a list there of all the different areas that we're hiring for.
Great. And someone else asking here that things like obtaining certificates, like Google certificates, and say in data analytics, would things like that help bolster someone's application?
Yeah, definitely. They're not harmful, definitely to the application. So be sure to mention if you have things like certs and different training done, absolutely make sure your CV is up to date, put them all in the CV, be ready to speak about them during your interview, and we'll absolutely, discuss them.
Okay. And how does it work between the sites in Dublin and Donegal? Which teams are based in Dublin? Which teams are based in Donegal?
Yeah, so we do have some teams that have a presence in both sites. So you might see on some of the positions on a careers page, their positions are open to either Dublin or Letterkenny. For the technology development program specifically, there is going to be two different applications, one for Dublin and one for Letterkenny. So you're going to pick which one you want to apply from, and that's the site you'll be based in. So talking about specifically for the teams, for example, like the user experience team is based in Dublin, the cybersecurity team is based in Letterkenny. So again, all the kind of different teams will be listed on those job applications. And during the application process, during the recruitment process, during your time in the interviews, we'll obviously talk to you and say, oh, well, we have positions in X team or in Y team, is that an area that interests you? So we have people from those teams that are the ones conducting the interviews. So for example, in Letterkenny, we'll have a lot of people from the cyber team doing those interviews, and they will talk and say, this is the kind of work you'll be doing, this is the project you'll be on, and you'll be working with me doing blah, blah, blah. How does that sound? So that'll kind of help people get an understanding for the different kind of work and project that, that they could be doing.
Okay, thanks very much, Charlotte. And I have a question here from I presume it's from a master's student, asking, are they eligible for this, for the TDP program, or is there any particular, limitations on who can apply for the TDP program?
So for 2021 applicants, we are only accepting applicants with a bachelor's or an associate degree. For 2022, we're still
Sorry,
trying
Charlotte,
to finalize the different.
There's just a small breakdown there in the connection just when you started the answer. Do you mind just taking that again from the top? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Is my internet?
Okay.
Can you hear me
now? It's okay. It's no problem. Yeah.
Okay.
Fine. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
So again, just so people know where we're at, we were just asking the question from a master's student about, are they eligible for the TDP program? And Charlotte is explaining just what the requirements are for this particular intake.
Yeah, definitely. So for 2021, we're only accepting applicants that have a bachelor's or an associate. We're not accepting people that have a master's. But for 2022, we are still in the process of finalizing the different teams, the different positions. So we're not going to rule out master students at this moment. But again, that will be listed on, the job applications when they open in fall. You'll be able to see the requirements. Now, definitely, if you're a master student, go and have a look at our careers page. There's lots of other positions available that might be more suitable. I do know of in the analytics team, they're actually currently hiring for interns that have come from a background of masters as well. So definitely keep an eye on the page. Yeah.
So for those two students who answered those questions, I suspect they should make their way over to the Optum stand today and ask about either an internship or ask what opportunities would be available for people with a master's background. Great.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Charlotte, in terms of, is there any other tips you may have for someone who really would find this program suitable for them? And they are obviously going to try and meet your deadline of this Friday. Any particular tips in terms of putting together a strong application? Any hints and tips that might help them out?
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, obviously, first step, make sure your CV is up to date. You have listed all the kind of languages and everything you have experience in. We love talking during interviews to people about their projects that they've done. So if you have mentioned like your final year project or something like that on your CV, that would be great. We really love hearing. It's really nice to hear people really excited about their final year projects. So definitely mention that on your CV. If you have any previous internships, any other work experience as well, especially in a background in technology or something, definitely make sure to mention that. And personally, my own opinion is I always look for people that are willing to go beyond their comfort zone. They're not afraid to kind of try something new, and if they make a mistake doing it, that's okay. You're going to step out of the comfort zone and try it anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway is what I always say. So definitely they're the kind of people that I look for, so keep that in mind when you're applying.
Okay, so we just had a few issues there with the sound, but yeah, as Charlotte said, feel free to, if you do get to the interview or even when you're putting together your application, express your willingness to kind of, I suppose, step outside your comfort zone, to use Charlotte's phrase, and put yourself out there in terms of the opportunities that may come your way. Charlotte, listen, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us here today about the Optum graduate program.